Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin, and joining me yet again is Jason Juggling J. Ford. Jay, we have an action-packed show. We're going to talk cricket. We're going to talk squash. We're going to talk golf. We've got a lot to talk about. Yeah, well, 4, 5, and 6. But first, let's get this message from our sponsor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, on Saturday, we had the opportunity to watch the second round of the Eastern County Cup competition that featured Cleveland County, the challengers taking on the cup holders, Bailey's Bay, 89-90 for 2 overall performance.
Deja vu. Felt like cup match. No, the score, that's the score.
Yeah.
No, it was very similar to cup match once again. Just talking about it, just with the weather. No sooner the game started, the rain came, but just for a few moments. Then the game got started. Very similar to cup match. It was a toss that you had to win.
Yeah.
Cleveland came out on the losing end and were sent in, and on a wicket that was giving some assistance to the bowlers. Bailey's Bay strike bowlers got 7 wickets between them. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 9 wickets between them.
Yeah.
So that just told the story right there. They could only muster 2 partnerships worth 20.
Yeah.
Where Bailey's Bay had a partnership of 75. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry,
85.
85.
Yeah.
So
85.
that's the story of that match. Couple of good moments. Great catch by Trey Mendes. I keep saying this now. He's starting to become a very, very good cover point fielder. Right, in front of our eyes.
Right.
Great bowling from Kyle Hutzel. Zico Burgess looked aggressive. For the Cleveland side, I think the only shining light was probably Najaya Rayner, who brought the Colts, who brought some excitement in the later part of the inning off his 3-stroke 14.
Sure.
By the 1 minute in the air, but it looked like he was in trouble. He hit Kyle Hutzel for a 6, who's been very dominant on the day.
Yeah, well, I remember he ruined Kyle's figures because at that point,
He
Kyle was he gave up 31, so you take 16 away from that or 14 away from that.
Yeah.
He was 5 for 17 or
yeah.
So like you said, the bowlers hit their marks, the batsmen struggled. And there were times that batsmen tried to hit their way out of trouble where patience was needed at times, and due to a little lack of experience, I think. This would have been some of those guys' first time playing in front of such a large crowd.
Yeah.
And it's a nervous time. You want to do well, and you at times overthink things. You look at someone like Dion Stovall, who values his wicket. He decided he was going to try and build an innings for a while, and then things went awry, and he played a loose shot, one that was rising outside the off stick.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because when you have an inexperienced team, and a match like Eastern County is very similar to, I won't say it's an open, but it's very similar to cup match in that sense, where sometimes you got a bad time. And sometimes you need to see a bowler off.
Yes.
Like Kyle Hutzel's moving the boat, so let's see him off. Just let him go. And what happened on a few occasions, especially with Zico Burgess and Kyle, they got wickets off of their bad balls.
Yeah.
And the stroke that you're talking about with Dion Stovall, yeah, it needed to be hit.
Right.
There's no way, but it needed to be hit.
Right.
But he hit it straight to the man at point.
But at the time in the game, it need to be hit?
Well, see, that's we could because that's
we
what
could always debate that.
what the batsman was, what the coach would say. respect the good bulls
Right,
at the bad bulls.
right,
So that's
right.
something
And
that
that
can
was a
always,
bad bull.
It was a bad bull. So
Yeah.
that's something that can be debated.
Right.
There was another shot, I can't remember who it was, but hit it straight down the man's throat. Beautiful shot.
Treadwell Gibbons.
Yeah, Treadwell Gibbons pulled one,
Pulling, yeah.
which was a bad bull, short bull,
Yeah.
needed to be pulled,
Yeah.
but straight down the man's throat.
Cooley Durham didn't have to move.
Didn't
All he had to
have
do
to
was
move.
stick his hands out. That would have stopped it from hitting the midsection.
Yeah, but then you saw it on the other side when Bates Bay lost Malachi Jones.
Brilliant catch.
Brilliant return catch from Damali.
Yeah.
Wow.
Reaction was because it was in his flow of following through and something was coming back.
He hit it.
Yeah.
It was coming.
Yeah.
So, but that's cricket. And then you look at, and then just fast forward just a bit to the next day, you see Malachi turn around and get another 80 or the next day. Yeah. Which now he's very approaching the 500 run mark in the league. And actually, we talked about it last show.
Right.
Over the past few years, most guys were getting into the 400, ending up in 400 run territory. Well, just give you a little synopsis of it. They were ended up in the 400 run territory after about 14 to 16 matches.
Right. I mean, he only played 8. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, and his average is and I hope people don't say, well, it's just about, no, he's doing something very special this year in the league, and I think we need to pay more attention to it.
Well, we've noticed, we're just going on the Sunday stuff and Saturday as well, we've noticed now centuries have become aplenty over the last few weeks. You saw Alan Douglas, Dion Stavo, Malachi. This week was Ananias Bascom, Gennaro Tucker. So the runs are flowing,
and that builds well. And I don't care if anybody knows the sport. I don't care if it's 50 or 100. There is a difference.
Oh yes,
there is a difference.
A huge difference.
There is a difference between 70 and 100.
That's right.
There's a difference between 80 and 100.
49 and 50.
Yeah, and saying that the patience that you have to stay there and battle through, because there's going to be times when you want to hit, or it might be just chances that you're giving up, but still, okay, I gave up a chance, let me get back into it and continue, and I think that builds well just in batters maturing.
Right.
And when you, like the players that you mentioned, we're talking about are players that should be in a national squad. So they've had all the coaching and the mental training, how to stay there and weather the storm. But they should be getting, for me, I think this should be a regular. Every week we should be seeing somebody with a century.
Yeah. But actually, let's go back and get a look at the wickets that fell on Saturday at Lord's and St. David's in the Eastern County Cup match. Outside. Well, Jay, earlier today, Stephen Doran Services on the Hamilton docks finally got the opportunity to present their award for Cup Match. Chris Douglas was named on the day the Cup Match MVP. However, due to the fact that he departed the next day heading to Canada with St. David's, the opportunity has now come about for them to get their due for sponsoring the award. Your thoughts on Chris's performance before we actually get the press conference?
One of the best I've seen from Chris. Knowing Chris, speaking with Chris, you've seen his maturation, not just as a player, but as a person. And a lot of times we talk about game management or game application. We have some players that are talented, but when they come to an application or come to game management, they can't control themselves, you know. And if you looked at the innings that Chris played Cup Match, he managed the opportunity. Now, if anybody knows Chris is a person that likes to hit the ball. His strike rate would be very high.
Right.
But if you notice in Cup Match, it wasn't that high at all.
You know his first delivery? First delivery of the inning that he faced.
Okay, remind me. It's been
George O'Brien.
Yes.
On the body, flicked off his pad,
Yes.
6 runs.
Yes.
Back for the square.
You're actually right. It almost, I was going to mention at the time when we did the game, because going back a few years ago with Somerset and St. George's, Corey Hill opening bowling up there and Glenn Blakeney hitting them up against the fence, but that was the first ball of Cup Match.
Up against the club.
The club, I meant.
That was the first time a 6 had been hit off the first ball.
So even though, but that was the first ball of the match itself.
Yeah,
so this is the first ball of the innings.
Right.
But no, Chris has all the talent in the world, all the shots, and he for himself he set a goal where he said he was due.
Right.
He's been in Cup Match. He's gotten some decent scores, and he's gotten his cell phone.
Right.
Right. Strangely enough.
Lack of concentration.
And that was it. Lack of concentration. And we saw what the blueprint for that was the year before with Gennaro Tucker. Is concentrating, staying through the match, staying through what we need to be done at this particular time.
Block out the things around you.
And for Chris to do that on that stage, man, it was something to be proud of.
Yeah. Well, let's get the presentation from Stephen Doran Services for the Cup Match MVP.
Good day. On behalf of Somerset and St. George's Cricket Clubs, we would like to thank Steve Doran Services for once again presenting the MVP award for Cup Match. On behalf of Somerset Cricket Club, we certainly want to congratulate our player, Chris Douglas, who is this year's recipient. As we highlight the positive attributes of our young people, it goes a long way in supporting them in their efforts to show our young people that they can do positive things. Cup Match is a 2-day holiday that gives us an opportunity to see our young men display their talents, but they are certainly role models for our young people all throughout the year. And again, we'd like to congratulate Chris Douglas on behalf of Somerset Cricket Club for being this year's recipient. Thank you.
Vice President, ladies up. On behalf of the office and members of the Bermuda Cricket Umpires Association, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Stephen Doran Services for allowing us to be a part of this Man of the Match award. This is the 3rd year running, and the 3rd umpire is the one who adjudicates along with the 2 coaches pick the Man of the Match. So thank you again, and job well done.
On behalf of Stephen Doran Services, we'd like to congratulate Mr. Douglas on his accomplishments in Cup Match. For us, it's a great honor to be part of Bermuda's biggest sporting spectacular, which is, as we all know, bigger than sports. And to do this is something that our entire staff feel is a great opportunity. Mr. Douglas, we thank you for your performance on the day. Certainly it was man of the match. And as we know, your 65 was your highest score so far, and we're looking forward to battle. I have to tell you, I'm a St. George's fan, and I'm getting sick and tired of giving this award to Somerset players. You're the third in a row. But nonetheless, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Very good job. We want to present you with this plaque, which goes to the club, which has your name on it, along with the other man of the match over the period that we've been sponsoring it. We also will present you with a travel voucher for $1,500, a gift certificate to International Sports Shop for $500, and as well, two of our staff would like to present you with as well the book by Mr. Lawrence Trott, Cup Match, which you just happened to be in as a very young man. So it just shows all those youngsters that our dreams, can come true. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And Mr. Otis Minus will present you with a trophy that you can keep yourself.
There you go now.
Thank you, Prezi.
Yes, all right.
Hold that one. Cheers. I would like to thank Steve Adoring Services Limited for their continued support, supporting the Man of the Match Award for the Cup Match. It's a great honor to win this award in my first year, actually reaching the 50-run milestone. Got to thank my coaches, the selection staff, and my family and all my other supporters for the continued support and encouraging me to get to this milestone. I have so many people asking me every single year, am I going to get that 50? And I'm just happy that I was able to deliver this year for the people. And again, thank you everyone that supported me in this endeavor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay, the Bermuda Tourism Authority earlier today held a press conference announcing a ladies golf event to take place in Bermuda. Yet another golf event.
We heard it coming though.
Yeah,
this is something that's they have talked about, especially after the PGA. They were looking to probably scale down a bit and look at a female event that was coming, and now it's come to fruition.
Yeah. Well, let's get the press conference from the BTA headquarters earlier today.
Good morning. With the help of an athlete who is arguably the most notable name in women's golf, we're thrilled to be here today to announce a new golf vacation group that will touch down in Bermuda in less than 2 months. Locally, it's a partnership between the Bermuda Tourism Authority, Fairmont Southampton, and 4 local golf courses. This October, all of us are working together to bring World Hall of Fame golfer Nancy Lopez to Bermuda as part of her golf coaching and travel company called Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures. Nancy, her team of instructors, and 36 lady golfers who have already signed up for this adventure will stay at Fairmont Southampton for 4 nights and hit 4 local courses: Port Royal, Tuckers Point, Mid-Ocean, and Turtle Hill. The numbers for this travel adventure are oversubscribed, we're delighted to say. There will be 42 visitors in total, which strongly suggests we've created a desirable experience for a discerning audience. From a strategic point of view, we're thrilled to have a pro of Nancy's caliber introduce golfers to our golf product here in Bermuda. We know we have an exceptional golf experience out here, and Nancy is one of the ways we are making sure the rest of the world knows it too. Also, the timing is ideal. October, right at the start of our shoulder season, the time of year we focus on art, culture, and sport. And perhaps more importantly, this audience of female golfers is especially attractive because our data shows that when female golfers come to Bermuda, they spend a lot of time and money around the entire island on things other than golf. I should also point out that any golf visitor can have a similar island-wide golf experience with the Bermuda Golf Around Getaway. Visitors stay 3, 4 or 5 nights and play on just about any one of our spectacular courses for as many days as they are here. Breakfast and golf cart fees are complimentary as part of the package, and golf club rentals are half off. Golf Getaway visitors don't have the benefit of Nancy's charisma and coaching, but we can assure them a great golf experience nonetheless, maybe even picking up some tips from our own excellent club pros. There's a lot to be excited about for the upcoming fall and winter as it relates to golf tourism, not least of which is Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures. We'll have information on other developments in the coming weeks. We're very grateful to Shelley Mazzoli of Fairmont, Southampton, who's here with me today. She has supported this idea from the very first moment she heard it, and is a driving force behind golf tourism here. And of course, our own golf sales and marketing director, Andrew Brooks, deserves a lot of credit for this one, using his golf contacts to bring this one home for Bermuda. And lastly, we are very thankful to Nancy herself, who has added Bermuda to her list of golf adventures for the first time. She'll be here from October the 12th to the 16th, and personally I can't wait to meet her in person. So with that, Nancy, I'm happy to turn things over to you to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait to sign up. It sounds like a great trip. I'm really excited about coming to Bermuda. As I said, I can't remember if I've really even ever been to Bermuda, which I'm so excited. With my golf travels, I travel so many places, and now that I'm getting older, things get out of I kind of forget where I was. But anyway, I'm very excited to come to Bermuda with my golf team of Teresa Zamboni and Sue Powers. We've been doing this for about 3 years, and it's kind of my way of giving back to golf. Me, myself, I've learned to really teach the game. I think a lot of people think when you're a professional, you know how to teach the game, but with these great professional teachers that I'm involved with and through the years, I've really learned to teach the game, and we've had so much fun with it. With my golf adventures, we try and help everyone with different philosophies that my dad taught me when I was playing golf. And our major philosophy is our play happy philosophy, which I think after we've been with our groups, when we have 1-day outings, 2-day outings, they get the play happy philosophy, which my father would always tell me that I always played better when I played happy, and that was so true. And it's kind of fun because when we have women, they get a little quicker than the guys do for some reason, because I'll look at some of the guys that come to our events and they have that look and they're looking at me saying, really? Play happy? And I will ask them why they look that way, and they say, well, I get angry sometime when we're out there on the course. So we try and teach them that play happy philosophy, and I truly believe that every time we're done with a day of golf or 2 days of teaching, that they really understand the play happy philosophy, and I think that we get them out there to play the game and enjoy it even more so. It's something that, like I said, I'm trying to give back to golf any way that I can. I am with everyone for every event that we have set up. I'm out there on the golf course. We'll be having question and answer for everyone, putting clinic, just different things, and of course anything that the people that come to this event, we want them to get the most out of it, and that's why we're coming there. I really look forward to this adventure. Everybody that I know, we've got quite a few that kind of follow Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures, and they will be coming to this adventure. I'm very excited about it. So I'm really happy to be coming to Bermuda and enjoy these beautiful golf courses that we're going to get to play, and the Fairmont will be awesome. I look forward to enjoying the facilities there also.
Thank you, Nancy. Sure.
Great. Well, good morning, everyone. The opportunity to partner with Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures first came to our attention 18 months ago. Andrew Brooks and I were attending the Honda Classic in Florida. We were guests of Gosling's looking at the incredible opportunity that they have there, where they sponsor the Dark and Stormy Bear Trap at the tournament. And that's a wonderful way to show off Bermuda. And while we were in Florida, we also had a number of meetings on golf tournaments, and that's when this potential partnership first surfaced. At Fairmont Southampton, golf tourism is a really important part of what we do, so we were thrilled when we had the opportunity to watch this take shape so quickly. Visitors are going to be touching down in Bermuda this October, which is less than 2 hours, it's less than 2 hours for the East Coast. That's my sales side. Less than 2 years from concept to reality. And we're really impressed by the demand that we've received. This group has seen more than what they contracted for rooms. We originally contracted 72 rooms, and we have now over 115 rooms coming to stay with us. No doubt we could have had more visitors, but as part of Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures, it's crucial that the instructor to golfer ratio is preserved because of the type of program that they do. So on behalf of Fairmont Southampton and the Turtle Hill Golf Club, we couldn't be prouder to be a partner in this event, and we're really grateful to you, Nancy, for choosing Bermuda for your latest adventure. From the accommodations to the meals to the golf to the friendly people of Bermuda, we're just sure that we can show you and your guests a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure you all will. And like I said, I'm looking so forward to being there. Like I said, the people that come, I enjoy people very much, and I will give them 100% of me to help them enjoy that trip. And I'm sure Bermuda will do that all by itself because I know it's beautiful there.
Thank you. Any questions for Nancy, Pat, or Shelley?
The people that usually go on your adventures, are they seasoned golfers, or are they people that just do it for recreation?
We have all kinds of golfers. We have some women that come that have not played a lot of golf, but we'll put them in a certain group so we can help them advance on their terms. And then we have some that are a little more advanced. We'll put them in certain groups. So we try and always make everybody very comfortable. I've heard horror stories about golf schools sometimes from some of the people that come to our event, because what we try and do is give everyone tips that they can work on to get better in golf. Very seldom do we change a whole golf swing or anything like that. We may change a grip that really needs to be changed, but it's surprising how good people are if they just have something to think about, something to work on, that can help their golf game to get, to take 2 or 3 shots off per game. We get emails from the people that come to our school so often that they are getting better because they know what to practice on. So when they leave our schools, they're excited because they are golfers. They want to be better. And that's what we want to do. We want to help them. We don't want to confuse them. And Teresa and Sue are just so great with people. They have a great time. There's a lot of laughter. It's not regimented where, we're going to kill you, you're going to learn our way or no way. We want to help people learn golf their way and teach them things that they can practice on to get better.
The concept of Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures, how did that come about?
Well, about 3 years ago, I just thought, I'd love to do golf schools or even find one place to do golf schools. And then I had been working with Teresa and Sue through the Ladies Golf magazine, and they were working for them. And I got to know Sue and Teresa, great teachers, good people, hardworking. And I said, I'd love to do something to help people learn the game and enjoy it. And so that pretty much 3 years ago, we sat down and talked about what we could do, and we came up with Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures. We will sometimes even, some golf clubs just hire us to come in and do some stuff for the ladies, to give them a day where we're teaching them. And of course, we always include the professionals that are at those clubs to be a part of the group and help us do some of the teaching if they want to. But we put a full day in with some of those groups because they just want us there for a day, but they hire us to come in for those kind of occasions. But we do have these big adventures. We just had one in Colorado. I have a home up there and up in the mountains. It was beautiful during July. It's a smaller group. Of course, it costs more when it's smaller, but these ladies love that individual attention. And we do a 2-day there. They come to my home for cocktails, and then we have dinner one night. We take them to a nice place where we teach them for 2 days, and we have the best time. So we have special adventures, maybe 2 or 3 a year, which this Bermuda trip is one of our special adventures. And so it's really fun to do this and set it up. And like I said, there's so many people right now that are loyal Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures students. They come to many of the events. They even come to some that I'm not at, that Teresa and Sue teach. So they stay very connected with us, and they've gotten better. Their games are really, improving tremendously. We had this one lady that was just awesome. Her sister wanted her to learn how to play golf, and the first event she came to, she pretty much just hung out with us because she wanted to see what it was all about, and now she's playing some really great golf.
Hi, Nancy. Can you tell us a little bit about how your weekend went at the Solheim Cup?
Well, it's just the Solheim Cup has become such a great competition. I played in the first one in 1990 at Lake Nona in Orlando, and it was very small then. We really didn't know what to expect in crowds, and there was only 8 players at that time. I was very nervous, even though I'd already won quite a few events, and when you're playing for your country, it's quite different than just playing individually on the LPGA Tour. And now the Europeans work very hard to make it a great competition, and it's very close all the time now. Any team could win it. The U.S. or the European team could win it any time, but our players played some awesome golf. I think one of the days on the best ball, one of our teams shot 14 under, and the other team shot 12 under. So it's that kind of competition, and Julie Inkster's a great captain, and it was myself, Pat Hurst, and Wendy Ward were assistant captains, and there's so much pressure for me. I'm not even playing, and I feel the pressure to be there for the players, to get them to any kind of situation when they're playing, and it's such a great event, but you're just totally spent when it's over because you're just so tired from being so excited, so nervous. But the venue in Des Moines was awesome. It was beautiful there. The fans loved it. There were a lot of beautiful trees. The golf course was wonderful, and we just had a great time. And of course, when you can win the Solheim Cup, it's always a plus for sure.
And how would you say women's golf has grown over the years since you started playing?
It's grown quite a bit. Unfortunately, we still aren't making as much money as the guys, and I kept thinking at my rookie year we were a little behind at that time, and I think now we're further behind, which I can't seem to understand that. But it's definitely grown. Mike Kwan, our commissioner, has done a great job bringing us back because we lost quite a few tournaments for a while, and now we've become an international tour. We have players from all over the world that play on our tour and definitely add to our tour. We'd like to see more Americans win once in a while. The Koreans have pretty much taken over and are such great players. But it'd be nice to see a few Americans play and win a few more tournaments as the year goes on.
How does a local female golfer get involved in something that's coming to Bermuda? It's for anyone.
I'm sorry, I could not hear that.
How do local players? Yeah. Well, actually, we've had that interaction. The EWGA group has come here for the past 2-3 years, and we have a local chapter, of course, and so they're absolutely thrilled when the groups come from the US primarily to come and play here. So there are mechanisms that exist already. We're absolutely thrilled to welcome Nancy's group. We haven't discussed yet in terms of local participation, but there are some opportunities already that exist for local players to participate.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, the Bermuda had a half marathon derby winner in 2016. Lamont Marshall has now come to the conclusion of his season. He ran in the Brooklyn Mile, finishing third in a time of 4:24. But I got a chance to speak with him about his performance. But you think about it. He's always looked as if he's been a middle distance, and he's been of late doing the 3,000 steeplechase. But the mile, did you see that in his...
No. But you know what? Am I really surprised? No. Because Lamont loves a challenge.
Yeah.
And I didn't see steeplechase in this. I didn't see the steeplechase either. But he loves a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I think in the back of his mind, the steeplechase would have come when he went to Kenya for that training stint some years ago.
Yes.
And remember, they don't have decent areas to train. You got to jump over logs. You got to do. They train in natural elements.
Yeah.
And obstacles are in the way, but they tend to do certain things to get around them or get over them or continue their pace. So he would have got that little taste of that and said, hey, I
don't think that's the same as a track and jumping over a hurdle.
You know what?
Jumping over a line. No, I'm just joking.
Well, actually, let's get the conversation with Lamont Marshall after the Brooklyn Mile. Brooklyn Mile. On Saturday, finishing third in the elite men's race. But obviously, one would want to know, was it like the Bermuda Front Street Mile where you have 2 loops of a race?
No, usually international miles don't have any loops at all. It was a straight shot. 2 weeks ago, I did the High Street Mile in just outside of Boston in Newburyport, and it was the same. So international race weekend is definitely unique.
Now, a straight run for a mile, you done it in 4:24. What were those challenges?
It was a little bit windy, and I'm definitely on tired legs. I just really need a break, shut it down, and then just prepare for next season. Even the winners, I know it was, 4:09 and 4:16. Those guys are well, the PRs are well under 4 minutes. So everybody is just in that sort of phase where they're just completing the final races of the season and just on tired legs. Everybody's shutting down pretty much.
We have the Commonwealth Games on the horizon. Are you focusing in on that, and what particular event would you focusing in on that for April?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to obviously focus on the steeplechase, but I'm going to approach it from a speed sort of mindset. That's why I'm doing more miles and 1500s. Next season, it's what that makes. It's 2 championships that I have, and that's Commonwealth and then CAC in July, August. So I don't plan on doing any steeplechase outside of that. I just do like one, maybe 2-3 weeks before each championship just to prepare. So hopefully the area permit, I could do either like a 1500 or mile and try to get under 4 minutes for that as well. But I'm going to approach it definitely from a speed-oriented milers perspective next season.
And that's a little different for you because everyone knows you're a distance runner. So how does that work? How do you plan to work that in your mindset? Because it's a different thought process, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely. When I say that, I'm definitely going to keep the mileage up, long runs as well as my weekly mileage. But I was always pushed towards sort of international race weekend, 10K, May 24th, and those sorts of things. But I always viewed myself as a miler, and I always had that mindset to get under 4 minutes 40 miles. So I still feel that I have enough speed in my legs just to get by in terms of being a miler sort of slash steeplechase.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jason, on Saturday and Sunday, and then yesterday, the Conyers-Dale Impairment Classic squash tournament took place at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club. The tournament came to an end on Sunday, a 2-day tournament, and then last night there was an exhibition with a former number 1 and number 2 player in the world. I think the spectators got more than they would have asked for. They were entertained, fully entertained. Had the deputy governor Jenny Fearson in the house, and these young ladies put on a display. Got a chance to speak to Noah Brown, one of Bermuda's professional squash players, and in talking to him, asked him what were some of the things you picked up from these ladies. And the first thing he looked at me, he smiled. He says, "Well, you probably won't understand because it's more technical." I said, "Okay, well, let me just try." I said, I saw them taking the ball early. I saw them looking to be more technical. He said, "You know a little more than I thought you did." but just some of those things where, and then he started talking about what he was looking for as a professional and what he would like to introduce to his game, where he says that the ladies' game is more technical than the men's game. Men use more force, more strength, where the ladies got to use more of the sidewall shots, using different angles and less speed on the ball. They do hit the ball hard as well, but it's more they're versatile, and that's the one thing he picked up on it. But I got a chance to speak to both ladies after the match last evening. Had a chance to have a good chat with them about what they thought about the night and what's in the immediate future for both of them. Both of them heading over to the other side of the world. One going to be competing in China and the other one competing in Hong Kong. So let's get the interview with the squash players from last night. On court, you hear exhibition, but you're still preparing for competition. So was it much of an exhibition, or was it more, let me try stuff that I need to work on to help me through the rest of the season?
Oh yeah, well I'll answer this one. You know, it's obviously not when you're doing an exhibition as well. To be honest, I enjoy doing exhibition matches more because you do kind of get to just play the way you want to play, regardless of who you're playing. Whereas in a competition, you sometimes have to discipline yourself to not play certain shots or any of that kind of thing. So obviously we're having a good game. Like we're still playing 100% and enjoying it, but also just like playing the way we like to play, I think. So having some fun.
You pulled off some amazing shots. Years of practice, skill, luck?
Sometimes luck. I'd like to think it's the others,
I got a
but
few lucky ones today,
yeah, you did actually. No, I'd like to say it's practice. We've both been playing for many years when we were juniors and then on the professional tour. So obviously a lot of training and practice goes into that. So I'd like to think some of them aren't all luck.
Who's up between you two?
I think
you're only as good as your last victory. We're pretty even, to be fair.
So someone's up after today. It's gotta be
me.
To be honest, I wouldn't even know. Did you?
I'm up. That's all you need to know.
Oh, this match.
This match, yeah.
Okay.
You're only good as your last result. So.
That's true. So what's next for both of you?
For me, I've got the China Open starting on the 29th of this month. in Shanghai. It's a pretty cool event. It's the first one of the season. So, yeah, it's great to be here in Bermuda and having had a tough 5-setter just now. Like you say, it was an exhibition, but we never kind of talk about it beforehand, and we're quite close in standard anyway, so it does seem to go down to the wire. So it's great preparation for the China Open for me anyway.
Then my next tournament is the Hong Kong Football Club, which is probably maybe a week or two after China, and then a bunch of other big tournaments are kicking off in the States. So yeah.
So busy schedule ahead for both of you?
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
A long flight for your next match.
This one's got the biggest flight. Yeah.
Well, I'm playing China, which is only in a matter of days' time, whereas Rachel's tournament isn't for a couple of weeks. So yeah, we fly to Gatwick in London tomorrow, and then tomorrow that afternoon we go to Brisbane, and then the day after that I fly to China. So I'm actually trying not to think about it and just taking each flight as it comes.
Yeah, I have about a 10-day break in between, so.
Well, thank you for coming to Bermuda. Good luck on the tour. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Jay, the karting season is fast approaching, just like the karts. They're fast.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, Scuzzy North, Brown, Chris Barnes, and the likes.
Scott Barnes.
Scott Barnes.
There you go.
That's the name. I couldn't get the name out. He was going so fast. But their season is due to start at the Southside Motorsports Park in the next few weeks. We got a chance to speak with President Scott Barnes and 2 junior drivers recently about the upcoming season. Let's get that interview with Scott Barnes and some of the participants. Scott Barnes, just a few weeks away from the start of the 2017-18 karting season. What will be exciting this year?
Yeah, we're 3 weeks away. We start September 2nd down at Southside Raceway, Rubis Southside Raceway. Just racing as always. We got a couple new classes that we started last season that grew kind of good. We got an older class for the over 40s. That's kind of a cool class. It's inexpensive to get into. It's low maintenance. All the engines are the same. You can't touch the engines, which is cool. So it's all about the driver. So we're excited to see those classes grow. Definitely want to get our junior karts growing as well. There's a lot of juniors that we have involved in the club, which is awesome to see. So yeah, we're just excited to go back racing.
Now, you say it's inexpensive. You have what you call starter karts as well. If someone wanted to come down and just see if their loved one or themselves wanted to get involved, how could they do that?
Well, yeah, we actually have rental karts that we do every race day, and they're available during the week to rent too, which is a good way to come down. It's inexpensive. See if you like the sport. Jump in a couple times, rent the karts a couple times, and it's a good way to be able to see, like you said, if you like it before you have to actually purchase your own kart. So that's a great program that we have going. So that's actually got a lot of our junior drivers that we have now into the sport. They came down and came up through the rental program.
It's very exciting when you see 10 to 12 karts out there racing at one time. Although it's you have different classes. Who are the favorites again coming into this year? Obviously, you have an axe on your back, but outside of you and other divisions, who are some of the favorites?
We always have our quote-unquote, top drivers. There's a lot of junior drivers that came up last year. Blake Horseman, Ryan Lopes, Owen, DeCosta's coming back out. These guys are young, little 16-year-old kids that are getting faster and faster every season. So they'll be the ones to look out for in the tag class. Obviously myself, Jason North is the defending champion in that class. The shifter class, we got a lot of fast guys. So that's up in the air. And then the older guys, that's anyone can win that class. The defending champion is Jeff Souza. So he'll be trying to defend that crown. So yeah, it's going to be a good season.
Should be very interesting. A lot of talk.
Yeah. It's always good racing down there at Rubis Southside Raceway, and we're excited. Try to get some new people out there. Like I said, we're trying to grow the sport. It's a great sport. It's a family sport. So if anyone's interested in coming out and getting into karting, definitely come try our rentals out, and it's fun times.
Okay, Georgia, what do you like most about karting?
Oh, that's a hard one. Just having fun, that's what I like. Yeah, and competing against friends.
Now, how long have you been driving, and what got you involved?
I've been driving for like about 4 to 5 years now, and I got into it because of my next door neighbors, which were my dad's friends, Mark, David, Sally, and my dad, and Jordan Fletcher.
And obviously, being a girl on the track is a big thing because all the boys don't want a girl to beat them. What are you telling those boys?
Move out the way, let the girls teach you how it's done.
All right, good to see. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
Well, this will be your first year. What are you hoping to accomplish this year?
I hope that I won't come last, probably, and that I'll get faster and faster every day.
Have you had time in the rental carts to see if that was why you like to do it, and then now you're involved?
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck, and we'll be down to give you some coverage and see how you're making out.
Thank you.
RJ?
Hey, did you take a drive?
Did I what?
They say there's renting carts down there for seniors for free.
Well, I don't have my seniors card yet. They've attempted to get me in a cart, but I got to go down there on a Thursday or Wednesday. And oh no,
we got to see whatever.
Are we getting slow enough that you can walk or fly? You don't need nothing clipped onto the cart, mate. Nothing at all. But saying that, people get into those things. Once you put a helmet on, and you got on a suit, you tend to
the adrenaline is flowing.
And lead foot.
Yeah.
Turn.
We can have a mean bumper car race.
But those are the things that I know. They started some years ago. They had a what they considered a media race, and that was one of the days that I can't make that day.
Yeah, threw my hip.
Yeah. And I got a good excuse because of my hip. So I got a good excuse. But before we close, I got an interesting email yesterday after a conversation on Saturday that had me thinking. But the email confirmed my thought of how crazy would it be.
Okay.
The Bermuda Netball Association will be having a celebrity netball competition
up at the Bermuda
College.
Yep.
And they have asked me to be a part of a team.
Yes, well, to let you know, I don't think you know this either. They'd asked me to. So that's even a worse one.
Okay, Jay,
but I gave them my DJ services, so I am hosting the celebrity game up at
folks, there you go. You know I ain't playing because I'll be heckled from the time I arrive.
Earl Bays, I'm glad you are now one of our local celebrities at the female
no, sir.
celebrity game.
No, I offer my service.
That is on September 9th from 7 to 9 p.m.
I've offered my services to
look at Islandstats.com for the flyer, and for the future shows we tell you more celebrities who will be exposed that night up at the Bermuda College.
Well, folks, that's it from the Digicel Sports Show. I'm Earl Baston, and
well, I can't wait till September 9th, Jason.
Do have a good night.